Hi, it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Welcome to my YouTube channel and a recorded video in place of my usual live at this time. I'm away on a few days holiday, so obviously I can't be in two places at once. Wish that I could, but I can't. So instead of that, I've got a recorded video going live at the usual time. So if you don't know me, my name is Liz Yuille, as I've said, from Old Stables Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I get the joy of doing this as my full-time job, so I get to play with stamps, ink and paper all the time, which is just amazing. So I work across the UK, France, Germany, Austria, the Netherlands, and now the Republic of Ireland and Belgium. Woo! So excited. We've got a new joining offer that starts today where you get extra goodies in your starter kit. You get to choose them, but it's more value. The information about that is over on my website, and there is a link to that in the description bar below, and it will take you to the information about this video and all the information about the wonderful joining offer and free shipping today. Woo! Yes, the 4th of October is the day to be doing Stampin' Up. So let me flip the camera down and I'm going to show you today's projects and try to contain my excitement. Let me just flip down. There we go. So these are the projects that I have sent to my September shoppers. So part of the thank you gift that I give away each month are two projects. So you get everything you need to make two projects, and these are the ones I have done for September. Whoops! This one is a really cute little concertina card using the Santa's Express paper, and I will show you how to make that with a slight twist. And then this uses the cottage gingham paper and the cottage wreath dies, and then just a piece of ribbon. Now these ones are all slightly different, so you may not get this colorway, and I will be using a different colorway for my sample today. But let me first of all show you how to make this one, which is so cute. You will find in your pack, if you shopped with me, a piece of Pool Party card, which is 3.5 inches tall by 9 inches across. You will also find a piece of just ordinary basic white card. You will find this paper, well, a paper that's got an all-over pattern, and I will explain what that's for momentarily. And you will also find the paper, which you need to fussy cut unless you actually have this bundle, to give you the train and 2 carriages, plus the ribbon, the iridescent ribbon, plus some snowy white cardstock. Yes, snowy white cardstock, which is for the steam coming, or the smoke coming out of the train. Now these you just need to cut circles, but I am going to show you an alternative to that. So the first thing we need to do is grab either a scoreboard or your trimmer, but with the scoring blade we are going to score at 3 inches and 3 inches. So score in from each end at 3 inches. Doesn't matter which, actually, should I have done that yet? Possibly not. We'll come back to that. We will be scoring again. Anyway, so we will be scoring at 3 inches. We're going to just score again. With your piece of basic white, I need you to be brave and to trust me. I want you to tear it so that you've got one very wide piece and one narrow piece. I mean, they're neither hugely wide, but just tear it. Keep going in the same direction. So if you're pushing down on the left, pull up on the right the whole way along, because what you will find is that will determine where the rough edge is, and I'll explain that a bit more in a moment. So I'm just tearing along here. Basically, I'm making snowbanks because the train is going through the snow. So here we go. Right, and this is a full length piece. You don't need all of it. So because I was pulling down, I've got rough on this edge and on this edge, so that's where the two bits of paper separated, and that's why you need to go in the same direction the whole way along. If you change direction, you're suddenly going to find that you've got the rough edge on one bit and the smooth on the other. Now it doesn't matter which you use, but it needs to be the same all the way along. I like the rough edge, so I'm going to use the rough edge, and I'm going to take my liquid adhesive and I'm going to run some adhesive along the bottom of my pool party, and then along, I'm going to obviously cut a piece of this off along the wrong side, whether that is the fuzzy side or the flat side, that is up to you. And then this I'm going to add onto my pool party, trying to make sure that I get the glue bit in the right place. And the only reason I've added it to both pieces is so that I'm near the edge on each of them, and then just make sure that they're lined up properly and you're good to go. And then I'm just going to trim the ends off, which I'm just going to do from the wrong side, lining up my scissors against the pool party and then just cutting. Ooh, didn't do that particularly well. There we go. That's better. And this is where we're going to just have to rescore the white. So let me grab my trimmer again and line up the 3-inch mark and score that, and then line up the 3-inch mark again and score that. So there we are, we have our 2 bits of card scored, and then we're going to have, so this will be the front, so we're going to just concertina so that we've got a cut edge on the top, rather than, we don't want the cut edge, we don't want it that way round, we want it that way round. And one of these, you do need to burnish the double layer quite well because you are going through 2 layers of card, so just burnish that well. And there we have our concertina. And then all I've got to do is add these on, but before I add this one, I just want to take our Snowfall Accents puff paint. So rather than using the Snow White card, I'm going to use this. So I'm going to place my train where I want it, which is sort of so that it's on the edge of the snowbank, like that. So you can just see the snowbank, the top of the snowbank underneath, and then add a blob, a blob, and another blob, like that. And oh, I should have shaken it well before using, never mind, it'll be fine. I'm going to grab my trusty cheese board just so that there's something for it to, something to protect my work surface and to help reflect heat back. And I'm going to take my heat gun, warm it up, and holding my card flat because it will try to warp, I'm just going to dry that puff paint, and it will suddenly go. It's beginning. just going to stop there because I don't think I actually added enough. I think I was too conservative with my paint. That's better. Alright, let's give that a blast. So you do need to add a reasonable amount, and I think I just spread it out too much. There we go. There we go. It's going. I love how it bubbles up. It is just so magical. Right, so let me show you that. Can you see how wonderfully 3D that is? It's just so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to add dimensionals to the back of my 3 pieces. So now they are only paper, so you do want to be reasonably generous with your dimensionals. I mean, you don't have to go totally mad. She says, going pretty totally mad. I think I might have overdone those a little, but it's fine. And I love the back of this paper, the ho-ho-hos. So the images come from 2 different sheets of paper. So one has the trains on, and one has the trucks. Right, let's start with the train, and then we're going to line everything up so that it's level. And then I will show you what we're doing with the 6x6 piece of paper. That's one. I love that smoke. Oh, so don't think that the snowy puff paint is only for snow. You can use it for your train as well. And it doesn't matter which way round your trucks go, obviously, or carriages go, they can go in either direction, and or either way round. So this one I've got the reindeer at the front, this one I've got the reindeer at the back. Oh, and in fact, I actually these I stuck down. You can use either dimensionals or stick them flat. Obviously you get a bit more dimension if you use dimensionals, but either way. And then to keep it all together, I'm just going to tie some of this lovely iridescent trim round like that, and then that then goes into this envelope. Just be careful that you don't squish your puff paint too much, but that fits really nicely into the envelope like that. So let me show you how to make the envelope. You've got a 6x6 piece of paper in your pack, and I want it the wrong side up, diagonal across your grid paper, and then take your card. I'm going to use this one just because it's to hand, and then you want this to be lined up reasonably straight. Now, to get your measurement, you need to take a ruler and measure from corner to corner. So this is about 4.5 inches. Add an inch, and then because this is dimensional, add a bit more. So I'm going to go from 5.5 to 6 because it's bulky, and that's why you've got a 6x6 piece of paper. So put your card as near to the center as you can, bring up this piece and fold it over, but not all the way. So you want a little bit of a gap between the edge of the card and where you fold, but you want that fold to be square to your grid paper. So if I come back, there's about, I don't know, 2/3 of an, no, maybe 1/3 of an inch, a centimetre, that sort of thing. And then I'm going to do the same with the other piece. So I'm bringing that up, lining it up against one of these grid lines, but allowing some extra space for my card. So this is, you can see there's an extra space each side. And then I'm going to do the same thing again, but this time with the side pieces. And again, I've allowed about 1/4 of an inch that side, and I'm going to allow about 1/4 of an inch this side. And just make sure that it's square to the grid paper. It doesn't have to be along a grid line, but just square. And we can take that out, give these all a good burnish. And you can see, I hope, that we've got too much bulk here because we've got that triangle. So we're going to take our snips, and I'm going to come from this side, it's slightly easier. I'm going to take out that triangle, but I'm going to shape it a bit. So I'm going to come from slightly further up than the point of the triangle and take that out, and I'm going to do that on all of the corners. So it's just to give it that nice shaping that you get in an envelope, rather than it being too square, too angular. So just shape that round. And then the last one. Like that. So we've now got, probably easier to see that way, we've got these nice rounded edges. So an envelope goes in and then up. I'm going to round my 2 points just because it's prettier. We don't actually have a corner rounder at the moment. This is an old corner rounder that we had, but you could do it manually. And then I'm going to add adhesive. Actually, I'm going to add it to here, but I'm not going to go all the way to the edge. Can you see that this overlaps the gap, if you like? So I don't want to go all the way up there. I'm just going to go just short of the point, like that, and then that's going to fold up, squish it down, hold it in place for a little while, and then this will fit nicely into our envelope, and then you can seal it, and there you go. There is your lovely envelope with your nice concertina card going in it, and it will fit with the bulk of the twine as well, or trim as well. So if we pop that in, you can see that that fits really snugly, and you can just glue this down or use double-sided tape is probably the best thing. So there you are. So that's one project. Let me clear the decks a bit and show you the other project. So we've got some of that lovely gingham paper, die cuts ribbon. So here we go. We've got, I'm going to use this piece this time. This is a bit, but obviously you can use whichever side you like. I've got real red ribbon this time. This comes in a mix pack with the garden green, and I'm just going to tie what for me is an Auntie Betty bow. So you just take your 2 loops and tie them into a half knot, and then just make that into a nice little bow. And when you're happy with it, you can tighten it up fully like that, and trim the ends so they're in a nice angle. There's one, and the other, like that. So all I'm going to do, really quick and easy for this one. Oh, let's fold the card first. I always like to fold my card first so I know which is the front and which is the back. In your pack you will find that your card is side opening rather than bottom opening, purely because it goes into the pack easier. You will find you've got an envelope, so you'll have a 6x6 cello bag with everything you need for the Santa's Train project, and you'll find that everything you need for this project is in your envelope. So you've got the envelope to go with. We've got mint macaron and garden green, and you don't have to take out all these little bits, and if they don't want to come out, you know, you don't have to worry. It's quite fashionable at the moment to have some of these still in, so don't worry too much if they don't want to come out. As I say, it is quite a fashionable thing in paper crafting at the moment to leave some of the die cut bits in, which is a really great thing if for any chance they don't want to come out. So that's the garden green one. Now this does actually have a little bit of a pop-up effect as well, so you can get those popping up, but again I'm just going to go around and take out any that want to come. If they don't want to come, I'm not going to stress about it, it's fine. And then go around the middle as well. So some of these are less inclined to come out than others. I'll leave a few in deliberately, well, a couple in deliberately. Let's get rid of the little bits. There we go. So all I'm going to do is take my glue and run a small bead of glue around the center of my garden green wreath. And now these do actually line up, and the way to look at it to get them to line up is there are these ones here that are twins, and here there are twins as well. All the others are single leaves, so if you want them to line up you need to get those lined up. I don't want them fully lined up. I'm going to slightly offset them because I think it looks prettier if they're not exactly overlapping, like that. And then I'm going to attach these to my card base. Pop it reasonably centrally, and then I'm going to use a punch just to hold that down for a moment while I tidy things away a bit, and that will just help to keep it flat. And then get my bow and a glue dot. Ooh. And just add my glue dot to the back of the knot of the bow. Ooh. Pull that up. There we go. And then just pop that at the base of my wreath, making sure that's well stuck down. And that is our other card. So there you go, your two projects. Your train card with the matching envelope, and then the cottage wreath card. So I hope you've enjoyed that, whether you've got the packs because you shopped with me in September, or whether you just want to give these a go. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a slightly shorter video than I would normally do on a Tuesday, but yeah, two projects. Let me flip the camera up so I can say good, or indeed flip the camera up rather than put up my welcome screen. So thank you very much indeed. I hope you enjoyed those. If you are a September shopper, thank you very much for shopping with me. I really appreciate customers shopping with me. Wherever you are in Europe, I would love you to sample my customer service. I do try and treat you like really special people, because you are really special people to me, and it's because of people shopping with me, joining my team, that I get to do this as a full-time job, and when I'm really lucky to earn the incentive trip. There's less than 1%. I want to say it's less than 0.5% of demonstrators get to earn the incentive trip, and it is hard work. But without the support of all of you guys shopping with me and joining my team, I wouldn't have a hope of earning it. So I really do appreciate you. Thank you very much indeed. I will see you again for a recording on Thursday. I will be back next week live, but Thursday will be a recording. So until then, I will say goodbye. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Questions or comments, you can leave those below the description bar. Link to the blog post for this is in the description bar. It's actually there. And there's all the information about the free shipping, the joining offer, all that good stuff is over on my website. So do go and have a look at that. Thank you very much indeed. And I will see you again soon. Bye for now. She says, trying to find her end screen, which I can't find. I've lost my mouse. There we go.